There's a place, a school, an institution where a professor resides. One that for the past 30 years has traveled the world teaching others. A pioneer in America of the fighting science of Savate. One who codified the sports of this fighting style. One who has produced clubs, champions, and continues to develop. Listen to
Hey guys, we're back on Monday's questions and viewpoints, and the following question deals with the heart of why we're training. Why do we train in the martial arts? Why do we train in Savate? Because this is a Savate forum. Why do we train in Savate? You have to realize one thing is that it goes, the training and the way you train and the way you are and your abilities of what you're being taught should go with the way the crimes are in your area. Okay. And that's what develops a martial art. What type of crimes are being committed in your area? What type of defensive skills, martial tactics you're going to develop? But before we go into all that, I have one thing to say. Especially us here in Laredo, Texas, and in Texas, we're having a surge of COVID once more. It's coming up, and I want everybody to protect themselves. Okay, I understand that Texas. I'm speaking for Texas. You don't have to wear a mask everywhere you have to go. You shouldn't. But if you're going to a business and that business is scared and they say, you know what, can you please wear a mask? Do so. If they come at you aggressively and they start yelling at you to wear a mask, leave, spend your money elsewhere. Now, also as a business owner, if you're getting bullied into making everybody wear a mask, don't do so because you're falling in line with that. Okay. And bullying is something that's my pet peeve. I hate bullies. Okay. I've hated bullies since I was a kid. And that's the reason why I continue. And that's the reason why I teach kids, because of that bullying, peer pressure. For kids not to be peer pressured into doing drugs. And now we're being pressured into taking an experimental drug. Imagine that, pondering that for a minute. But coming back to the question, and the question goes back to June, and it's an excellent question. How violent is your city? Pay attention. I want you to sit back and take note, pay attention as how many men carry a pocket knife. That's a weapon. Believe me, if somebody's drinking some liquid courage and has enough of it, that knife is going to come out. So in Texas, it is a bladed culture. Everybody carries one. People may not admit to it as such, but it is. So how can we find out the crime rate, the types of crime that are they going on in your area, your town, your city? Well, number one will be look at the FBI statistics. I'm going to look at just Laredo, and I'm not making fun of it because it's my town. I love my town, but I know what my town is. Okay, and this is what the FBI, and I'm going to show it, and I'll put the print right here in the phone. I'm going to read it word by word of what it says. Is Laredo dangerous? Laredo, Texas, dangerous? The chance of becoming a victim of either violent or property crime in Laredo is 1 in 47. Based on the FBI crime data, Laredo is not one of the safest communities in America. Relative to Texas, Laredo has a crime rate that is higher than 72% of the state cities and towns of all sizes. Now, with that being said, a lot of people might say, Paul, you're knocking down your town. No, I'm not knocking down my town. I'm protecting my people in my town. Folks, look for training, martial art training. Many individuals do not know the difference between sumo wrestling and capoeira, or savate and fencing. They have no conceptual clue. Some might. Okay, but the vast majority of people do not know the differences between the martial arts. They do not understand. They think karate is everything and taekwondo does everything. And you have martial arts that are for self-defense. You have martial arts that are combative sports. And then you have martial arts that are combative in nature. And one has to understand that and understand the martial art that he's doing, because when you talk to most martial arts instructors, they're the ninjas, they're the Jedi Knights that fly around and they can pass through walls and they can do all kinds of stuff. Believe me, I've seen plenty of them. You have to train. There's fighting arts. Savate is a fighting art. Dansu Savate is a combative art. Kali, Eskrima, Sila, those are combative arts. Why? Because most of them deal with a weapon. So how does that go with the town, with the area that you're in, the self-defense that are in? So what I did, okay, I started figuring out and started going back and doing the questions itself, you know. And one is, what are the definitions of a crime, you know? And what does the FBI call as a crime? And I want to read it for you. Definition: in the FBI's Uniform Crime Reporting, UCR program, violent crime is composed of 4 offenses: murder and non-negligent manslaughter, rape, robbery, and aggravated assault. Now, how can I find out if my town is going on there? If you go to the local police and you send, most of them, remember, they work for the city. Most of them are going to tell you nothing happened. It's the safest. Come over here. You know, where if you talk to the politicians and the mayors and the city council, they think their city's a magnificent one. Of course, we all love our city, but we have to be realistic about it. So I took time and I went into the newspaper and the Laredo Morning Times, especially in Facebook, and I took in the last 3 weeks. We've had a kidnapping with a torture. We've had, and I'll post them here. You'll start seeing them go through kidnapping with a poster, with torture. We have sexual assaults, many aggravated assaults, several against police, and just yesterday, an aggravated assault caused by an off-duty policeman. So, how can we go that? What's an aggravated assault? Is it punching? Is it striking with a weapon? That's aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, right? So you have to understand that people are going to strike you, punch you, kick you, bite you. Those are the type of assaults that you're going to confront in the street. And if you're martial art, or especially in Savate, we deal with that. We teach you how to punch correctly. We teach you how to understand, kick correctly, how to understand distance, how to understand the safe zones, how to understand your zones of sanctuary, how to dismantle an attacker in that form. But if you're learning a martial art, where there's a lot of, some of these assaults that were going on, there was a lot of stabbings as well in that bunch. So if you're going to take somebody to the ground and the person has hepatitis, AIDS, what have you, and he bites you, guess what? Well, the chances are that you got it as well. So you have to look at a bite as a weapon as well. What infectious diseases have come from there? So by understanding the type of aggressive crimes that are in your area, you can stop and choose what type of training you're going to need. Okay? Laredo, you better learn how to fight. You better understand how to fight. You better understand Not self-defense as per se. Learn how to fight, because the rest is not going to help you. People here do use knives. People here do hit you with keys. People here will kidnap you. Okay? So by kidnapping, can be at gunpoint, it can be at knife point, it can be 2-on-1, 3-on-1, what have you. There were a lot of sexual assaults as well. So you women need to understand how to fight, more so now than ever. Okay? And these crimes are going to continue to grow because the population is going to grow. That's just natural. And we can't blame the police, because the police aren't everywhere to protect us. They're there to find out of a crime has happened and investigate and bring them down. We have some great police officers out there. Some of these men will give their lives for you, and women as well. I met a young officer here in Laredo that, we both started conversing, and we both ended up praying, and she cried at a bunch of the stuff that was going on. And we need more officers like her, and I won't mention her name because I don't want to embarrass her, but we prayed, we said, if you ever need anything, we're here to help you. But what happens is we cannot wait for the police to come in. We have to understand that we have to do it ourselves. And that is a right. It's not a right that they're going to take away from us. It's for us to learn how to defend ourselves. More so now than ever. It's a touchy subject, but people go to martial arts schools to learn how to defend themselves, to learn how to fight. This is not for a competition. Now, if you go into the martial art school, if you're looking for a martial arts school, you're a prospect student. What are you looking for? Okay, most martial arts schools out there, they're going to try to sell their product. I'm going to ask you, what are you looking for? You want to compete? You want a tournament fight? My school's not for a tournament fighting school. I'll send you to a tournament fighting school here in Laredo that's all they do, and they're very good at it. Okay, somebody I respect much. Go that way. You want to fight in the ring? Last week I sent somebody to go fight in the ring. He wanted to become a professional boxer and go into MMA. I send them to one of the boxing stables here, one of those gyms here. I called the coach right in front of him, and I told him, listen, I'm sending this person over there to you. Take care of him. That's the way it is. You want your kids to learn how to have enough courage to fight peer pressure? Come over here with us. We'll teach you. You want your kid to be walking safe when he's dropped off from the bus and he's walking 2 blocks to the house, and he's not going to get bullied. And if he's going to get bullied and he's going to get into an entanglement, then he's going to come out of it. We'll teach him. Okay, but you have to put your time in. Martial arts does not happen. I go, I bought the uniform, I look good. Look at me right there. Well, I bought the gloves, I'm going to start walking like the professor. I'm going to start walking like some of the guys that walk in the gym that have been doing this for a long time. It takes time to train, skills to attain. I tell this to many. I will teach you how to punch and kick, and I'm going to teach you how to fight. Understand that. I'm going to teach you how to fight. I'm going to teach you how to dissect that attacker in front of you and how to survive it. This is not, I'm going to teach you one punch drill, that I'm going to hit him so hard, I'm going to stop him. It's none of that. But I'm going to teach you to walk away from a fight before getting into it. Why? Because I've been there. I've seen it. You can't. I want you all, when you go to your next martial arts school, if you're looking for a class, or if you're training at a place right now, ask your instructor, straight point, what was the last time you got in a fight? What was it? If they can't answer you that question, walk out of the door. Walk out. Now, If you're in a martial arts school and you tell them, when was the last time you competed? And he says, I competed here, and he's one of the best coaches around. Embrace him, keep him going, but understand the difference. There's play karate, and then there's karate. And I use that term very much. There's play martial arts, and there's martial arts. There's schools that teach you how to fight and how to pretend how to fight. I'm not here to pretend. I've been doing this for 30 years plus, not only here. I've taught in France, taught in Brazil, Mexico, taught in Belgium. And it's an interesting story to see that people really want to learn and appreciate solid technique. But you have to give back to that solid technique or else it crumbles in front of you. All right? Till next time, be aware, keep aware, be safe, stay safe. Don't get bullied into anything you do not want to do. Okay? Especially with everything going on here. The media is doing a great job of bullying. The politicians are bullying people around. Businesses are bullying patrons around, customers around. I hate bullies. I don't bully anybody. But I do say this, take care of your own, be safe. God bless, enjoy, share, subscribe, and remember, if you're ever in Laredo, or if you're in Laredo, you want to come over here and learn some good martial arts, good training, and good chatting, maybe we can go out there and have a burger and have some fun. Be safe. We'll see you here. Back at you.
Secret of Laredo. Buitron Academy, 956-401-4868. Savate.biz.